In my opinion, Kajabi is probably one of the best programs out there for the beginner to the advanced online marketer, online entrepreneur to build a business and take their passion to revenue. I've used a ton of courses and from anywhere from ClickFunnels to System.io to Kartra to, I mean, the list goes on and on and on. And they're all great. They all have their pros and their cons. They're all great. But I got involved with Kajabi many, many years ago when I first started, and it just wasn't what I was doing at the time. I wasn't really creating my own courses, my own products. I wasn't really building a community outside of social media, Facebook, which has certainly changed. It didn't make sense to me at that time. But things have changed. And now I'm taking the 40 plus years that I have been doing on and off and full time entrepreneurial work and my entrepreneur journey. And I'm reinventing myself, if you will. And I don't know that it's really a reinvention, but so I'm going to be offering a lot of courses and a lot of coaching and teaching and training and so forth. And Kajabi does it all. Okay. I just can't stress enough. I've seen, I mean, and a lot of them do a lot. But from what I've seen and the corporate and support backing of this product is simply amazing. If you want to just do a website, I've been able to cancel my website, and I'm a retired software engineer. I've designed hundreds of websites and probably thousands. But I was always, paying for hosting and doing all those other things. I don't need to do that anymore. I've redone my website totally in Kajabi. I got unlimited landing pages, unlimited offers, unlimited emails. Just amazing for me to be able to do everything I want without having to have. I was using ActiveCampaign, which is phenomenal. A lot of people use ConvertKit, Aweber, Constant Contact, Get Response, the Infusionsoft, the list goes on and on and on. But that's another added on cost that I don't have to have anymore because Kajabi does it all. Their automations are phenomenal. And some of they've got AI now introduced and integrated into it. And they're going to be rolling out a program that will allow you to use that AI to take your videos and clip them into shorts and send them out to TikTok or the, Instagram Reels or YouTube Shorts or wherever you want to, put a short reel on. It does everything. It does everything from my blogging to podcasts. This was the amazing thing that I didn't realize that I could take videos like I'm doing right now for YouTube and just download the audio portion of that, upload it to my podcast product in the back office of Kajabi, and then it distributes them everywhere. Also without my website. I've got a link on my website to go to podcast and boom, there they are there. But if you want to see them on iTunes or Google Tunes or whatever it's called, or Spotify, Kajabi does that all for you. So it is really a more than just a jack of all trades with a master of none. It's a master of a number of them. And for me, you might find that you like something else better, but for me, it is the cat's meow. So you can see here, you can get a 14-day trial, test it out and everything, but here's what I'm going to tell you. If you go to rondeering.com/Kajabi, I'm going to give you a 30-day trial, but that's not all. I'm also going to give you access to my Kajabi Get Started course that will take you through setting up your first funnel, setting up your first course, getting you going as quickly as possible. And if you then upgrade to whatever membership that Kajabi has, from the lowest to the highest, I will then give you 3 1-hour sessions to get yourself even up and running and tweaked and doing it the right way. Okay. Again, rondeering.com/Kajabi. That will get you the 30-day trial instead of the standard 14-day trial to test it out and see what's going on. All right. So without further ado, let's get into using Kajabi to create our first live webinar using YouTube Live. And the cool thing about this is by using YouTube Live, you are doing a live webinar for no additional cost onto your Kajabi, right? Because YouTube's free. And using the YouTube Live is free. So you can take those two products, meld them together and put together an incredible live situation for your live videos, right? And get all the comments and interactions and everything that you need. Now, that said, why do I choose YouTube? Why not just go live on Facebook? Why not go live on Instagram and all that other stuff? I want something that's long lasting. For me, even though I've built large organizations through social media, Facebook, and so forth, it's really hard for you to be found out there. And the number 2 search engines on the block are Google and YouTube, right? And if I do a Google search, what comes up? Blogs, YouTube videos, podcasts. Very seldom do you find even a Facebook channel that might come up. And even if it does, it just goes to there. It doesn't go to a specific article. It goes to that Facebook page, and then you got to do your search and all that other stuff. So I just feel like YouTube is the place to be, along with your blog posts and your podcast. But YouTube is the place that I'm still getting leads and people showing up at my website from years ago of YouTube videos I did on other channels and blogs I did, podcasts that I haven't added to in years that are still generating. Not the same with Facebook and TikTok and all those things. They're very instantaneous and they go away. So that's why I choose YouTube. So let's go into Kajabi. Now, this is my Kajabi partner back office, right? Once you become a Kajabi hero, they call us, you can become an affiliate, and then you get a partner back office also, which is really cool because then I can show you things without messing with my main account, and I can create things, funnels and all this stuff, and that's what we're going to do, okay? So how do we create a funnel? Well, we're going to go over here to marketing, and we're going to click on funnels, of all things, right? And we're going to say, get started. And you've got a number of options that come up right off the bat, right? So if I wanted to do a Zoom webinar, which I really like because I have the add-on to Zoom, the webinar add-on. You can't do this if all you've got are the meetings. You have to have the webinar add-on, and I think that's about $40 a month extra or so. But if you have the webinar add-on, then you can do a Zoom webinar and do all the connections and so forth, so that you can use the Zoom webinar, and if you really like doing it, and I do. But I'm going to show you how to do it with YouTube at no cost. So you want to go down here on the legacy funnels and click on that, and then you want to go down to here where it says webinar. And the thing I love about what they've done here is they've got 2 buttons under each of these templates for the funnels. One is get started and one is show me how. And if I click on show me how, I see the CEO here, and I can't remember his name off the top of my head now, but he's going to step you through a short video telling you what this pipeline, which is what they used to call them, this funnel is going to do. And it's going to create an email capture, a thank you, a live page, a sales page, and an offer checkout. Okay. So, but in between there, it creates the emails too, which is really, really cool. So now we're going to click on create funnel. And I'm going to call this my first live webinar, right? And you could choose from a pre-recorded, which would be creating something like an evergreen webinar. But we're going to, and I'll talk about that in a different video, but we're going to create a live webinar. You notice it even says YouTube Live, right? And here's where we're going to choose the time. Now, make sure you're on the right. I did this before on something, and I just said, oh, okay, yeah, I want the 15th or whatever, and it was on the wrong month, right? So I'm going to go back here to the month that we're in as of the recording of this video, which is September, and I'm going to choose Saturday the 16th, and I'm going to go up here, and I'm going to choose 5 p.m., okay? And then I'm going to click on Apply. I want to make sure I've got my time zone in here. And then if I have an offer I want to attach to it, this is where I could do it. But in this case, I'm just going to forego that, and I'm going to just ask it to generate the funnel. All right, so now here we are back. And that took, sorry about my squeaky chair, that took about 30 to 60 seconds to create. And it has a lot of things it's doing in the background. But see, here you can see the funnel and what you're going to get here. The registration page, some emails, so 3 reminder emails and 1 follow-up email. And you can add to those, and you can tweak them however you want. You can edit and modify any of these different areas. There's confirmation page, the live webinar room, and then your sales page. And this sales page, again, you can modify it to look the way you want, do the way you want, or you can replace it with one that you have that you want to use yourself. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to go here. Now, behind the scenes, what Kajabi just did was it created a form and it created an event. Okay, and actually I'm going to take you to those so that you can see that that's what it did. So I'm going to go out of funnels here, and I'm going to go to forms, and you'll see here's my form, right? And then if I go to events, you're going to see here's my first YouTube event. It just created. Actually, it's this one right here, my first live webinar, right? So it created this event that is tied to my funnel, which is my first live webinar funnel. It did that in the background. You don't have to worry about that. And it also created an email campaign behind the scenes, but you can see that right here, okay? So first thing I like to do is I like to go into edit the details. So I'm going to click on these three dots. I'm going to say edit details. And the reason I want to do that is because look at this slug here, okay? I don't want that slug. So I'm going to grab all of this stuff here. I'm going to delete it all. And it's probably going to tell me that I can't make this registration page because that's already used, right? So I'm going to just add on here demo, okay? And then I'm going to come down here and I'm going to save that. Okay, now it's telling me that's already been used because I did use that when I was testing all of this a couple days ago. So let's say registration page, first webinar. Okay, and let's save that. Okay, so now it's at least a decent URL with a nice slug on it and everything, and it's published. And of course, you'd want to go in here and make sure you put the page title and a description for SEO and a great thumbnail and so forth. And I would recommend Canva. Man, Canva's phenomenal. I used to use Photoshop. I used to teach Photoshop. I used to love Photoshop, and I still do. It's great and everything. But for what I'm doing these days, online and all the graphics I have to do, Canva does an amazing job. It does an amazing, amazing job. So you want to put together a good image and all that so that you can promote this on social media, and it's going to look the way you want it to. So once you get this the way you want, we're going to do this you want to do this for all of the pages. You're going to go back here, and you're going to just click on the actual page itself, right? So you'll notice it's saying it automatically pulls in the date Saturday, September 16th at 5 p.m. You can go in here and click on here and change anything you want. If you want a title, I don't know, get a scoop on Kajabi, right? Whatever you want to do in this, you can change the format. Let's say I just want it shortened. I want to show the year and the time zone. I can show a countdown timer, which is very, very cool. And I can, let's say I don't want seconds on here, so I can just get rid of seconds. Oops, right. No, I guess you can't get rid of seconds. Okay. So after the countdown, let's say after the countdown's done, I can have them, if they come in here and after the countdown's done, I can have them go to the next, here it's going to go to the next step in the pipeline, but I can use some other action, okay? And I'm just going to click this here so to make sure that it goes to the next thing on there. Countdown style box, let's say minimal, card. Okay, I like boxed. Use background image, use image overlay. Here's my image, background color, spacing, event offset, all kinds of different things, right, that you can do. Once you're done, you're going to save it, right? And then I can go up here and I can hit preview. And you'll notice that it says registration-page-first-webinar, preview, and here it is, and you can kind of see how it's going to look. Okay, so that's your registration page. Now everything, if I go up here to the left, back to the funnel, every one of these things you just click into. If I want to go to my email reminders, okay, I can go in here, and here are the emails that are going to go out. Time of registration, so forth. Take your seat. We're about to start. First live webinar. Ready to make a decision the day after. I can click on here, add an email. I can click on automations and add automations. I can see anybody that is registered and see who they are and what their emails and whatever you've got in there for the registration in the form. You can go into the form, modify the form, and add, let's say you want them to give you more information if they're going to register, maybe the country they're in or something like that. You can do all of that stuff. And then when you're done with these, you just save it. And you'll notice you still have this over here. So I can now go to the confirmation page right from here. Right? Now, I can't change the details from here, or if I can, I haven't figured that one out yet, but I can change all of these details in here. I can, change again how I want the time to look. Let's say I want it to look like the first one, and so forth. Okay, I can show a countdown timer in here. I can choose. Let's say I want the same boxed countdown timer. I can use a background image or not. You can do all the same things here. But what I can't do, and again, you can preview this, and you'll notice that when I preview this, the page is named confirmation-page-gobbledygook, right? And I don't want that, so I would have to go in there and change it. But here's your confirmation page. The webinar room is, and again, this is your sales page. You can go in there and do anything you want to that, or you can replace it with one you already have designed. I'm not going to go into that with this one. But I do want to go into the webinar room. But before I do that, I'm going to go back to my funnel overview. I'm going to go down here, and I'm going to say edit the details. And again, I'm going to get rid of all of this stuff. And I'm going to just call this demo. Now, I think I've used this before, so let's see if it tells me I can't do that. Yep, it's already been used. So I'm going to say webinar room first webinar. Okay, and that will work. Okay, so this is now my webinar room. Okay, so again, all of this is over on the left hand side. I'm going to click in here, and you can do all kinds of different things in here. This is just so cool. Okay, so you've got a buy button. Right now it's hidden. I can show that, and that's going to come up down here at the bottom. I can modify when that comes up. I can go to the buy button, and I can come over here, and I can tell it offset, as to when it shows up, in how many seconds or minutes. Maybe I don't want it to show up until 10 minutes into the presentation, and then boom, it shows up. I can get rid of this background if I don't want it. Everything I want it to do, and I can choose where this buy now button goes to whatever offer. If I click on it right now, it doesn't know where to go, so I would have to tell it buy now URL. If I wanted it to go to a checkout page, I could go here and say go to my checkout page. And obviously, I don't have any checkout pages or anything like that here because this is my partner account. So, and again, then you would just save it, okay? But we're going to go back here, and I'm going to, where was I? Go back here, and I'm going to hide that, and we're going to go to the fun part. Okay, so here is where your people are going to come and watch your YouTube live video embedded in here, right? And it's not only going to be embedded in here, but we're going to embed the chat. Okay, so if you untick this, you get no chat. If you check it again, you get the chat box, and I'm going to show you how that all works. It was a little tricky at first because I didn't realize that you have to actually look at the live link to see that chat come up there. Doesn't matter if you're actually live or not, but at least that chat, because some people may go there and start chatting before you ever get live, and that's okay. Okay, but here's the key: you need the video ID. right? So now we're going to switch over to YouTube, and I'm going to go in here to my YouTube channel, which is where I'm at, and I'm going to come up to the top here, and I'm going to say go live, okay? Now, I'm going to just call this the same thing, my first live webinar, okay? And I like to put live up in the front here. Sometimes I will put brackets around it just to emphasize that it's live. Okay. Now when you go down here, obviously you've already selected webcam. If it comes up and it isn't selected, you don't want to select stream or manage. You want to click on webcam over here. Okay. If you, let's say I had stream, oops, I want to go back to webcam. If I had stream, I think at this point I can change that, but I don't want to go into that stream because that's not what I want to do. Okay, so I'm going to go back here to webcam, do my same thing again that I did. Okay. Again, if you have a thumbnail, you want to do that. I'm just going to choose my Kajabi playlist. This is important. You have to have no, it's not made for kids selected or it won't work. You need to make sure that you do that. And then I'm going to click next. Again, live chat. Maybe you want the live chat replay. If you roll over any of these question marks, it tells you live chat replay shows the original messages sent anytime someone watches the video recording in your live stream. Okay. I always like to have that on because then if someone else goes back and watches it after the fact, they get to see the live chat replay and they get to see kind of how that interaction happened and so forth. Okay. Then I'm going to go to next. I want this unlisted because I don't want people searching for it and finding it, because I only want the people that I have reached out to and have registered to be able to see it. And when I give the link, I want that to be the same thing. So I may never make this public, okay, because this may end up being something that I'm going to be using as a free giveaway and so forth, okay. And then again, I want to make sure the schedule is what I reflected it to be. So I did Saturday at 5 p.m. I want to make sure that I select Saturday at 5 p.m. I'm going to say done. And here I'm going to choose my camera, okay? And then I'm going to say retake. You can put whatever one you want, but I'm going to retake the thumbnail. And that's my thumbnail, right? And I'm going to make sure everything is done here. I'm going to click on share, and I'm going to get this link. Now, the only part of this link that I really want is all of this stuff in between the / and the question mark. But you've got to copy the whole thing. So I'm going to copy it, close it. I'm going to say done. And here's my webinar, okay? Now I'm going to go back to Kajabi. I'm going to click here on video ID. I'm going to do a Command or Control V to paste it. And then I'm going to get rid of everything from here to the left. And I'm going to get rid of everything from here to the right. Okay? And as you can see, there is my picture. There's my live thumbnail. Everything is there. Now, you'll notice that right now this has got a little unhappy face, right? And this kind of stumped me, and I reached out to support, who I love. Kajabi support is amazing, and they went through some things that, oh, you've got to go to the live page to see that. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go up here, and remember, I know it is during coaching, and then webinar room dot first webinar, right? And I'm going to go to it. And you notice here it is, and here is my chat. So people can start chatting when they get there. We haven't started yet. It's not live. It's ready to go. And they've got the option for top chat and live chat and so forth. Everything you need right there. Now, the cool thing about it is, now, when you are going to go live, you're going to be in your YouTube. So when you go live, you're going to be in here. So you would go here and you would click on go live, right? So when you go live here, this is where you are going to be so that you can do your live thing, share your screen and all that. And then you can see the comments, okay? This is the way that you're going to do it, unless you have some software that you use. Like I use Ecamm Live, so I would be doing it through Ecamm Live, where I can do the same thing. I can share my screen, I can do all kinds of cool things, but I can also see the comments and display comments on the screen and all kinds of different things. Or you might be using OBS or StreamYard. There's a number of things that you can use other than just doing it right here. But again, to do the free side of it, you're just going to come back in here, okay? And if you don't remember how to get here, you would just come to your channel, and then you're going to go up here to YouTube Studio. You want to go over here to Content, and then Live, and then again, you would just click on here. Oops. See, even I make mistakes. You're going to click on this part. Click on my face. And then you're going to want to go live right from here, okay? So there's... Okay. So you're going to go here, and you're going to just see this View in Live Control Room. You can do it that way. That seems to me to be the easiest way to do it, is just click here. Brings up the go live. You just click go live here, and then you're ready to go. Okay, so you're going to hover over. Once you get to your sorry. Let's go back to YouTube Studio. You're going to go to Content, you're going to go to Live, and then you're going to hover over here, and you just see this View in Live Control, and that's where you're going to click to go. Okay, that's as easy as it is, and then you're ready to go, and it's there. You can use it as a replay. It's an amazing way to use Kajabi along with free YouTube Live, and take advantage of YouTube and its power, but take advantage of Kajabi and have that. And now once you have this, then you can go back and watch my video when I do it here in the near future of how to create a evergreen webinar funnel and use that as the pre-recorded video, okay? Or you can use any other one, but that's a good way to do it, right? So I hope this has helped. Again, if you want to get a 30-day trial and the bonuses that I give, use my link rondeering.com/Kajabi, and I can't wait to see you on the next one.